Hi everyone, this is Crew Dog again. What I'm going to be showing you right now, okay, is the procedure, what you would do to change out an LCD screen in a digital camera. A lot of people, when you get a digital camera and you have problems with it, a lot of times you throw them away or whatever. See here, on the lower left is like a black dot, and there's a couple of lines on the lower right. That's signs of dead spots. So what would you normally do with this kind of camera? Well, normally what you do is you'd probably throw it away and buy a new one. You take it down to a store, they'll tell you, oh, it's going to cost 50 bucks to fix that. You can buy a new camera like for 75, so you throw it away. Okay, this camera right here I've got on my right side here, okay. This is one of the cameras that I put up for sale on eBay. I buy cameras and I fix them and then I put them up on eBay. So this one right here I've already taken care of. See, it's a perfectly good screen. But this has got a problem with the buttons over here. One of the buttons doesn't work. So this is what we're going to do. First thing that we do is we take out the power source, which in this case happens to be a battery. It just pops right on out of there. You can leave everything else in there if you want to, like the SD card. Alright, now when you take it apart you got to be careful because there's some spots that have a retained power. You have a capacitor for that flash. There's 300 volts in there. Alright, what you do, okay, is you take a little jeweler's screwdriver, hold the camera, of course. On the bottom, and I've already taken these out to speed the process up, but there's 1, 2, 3, and there's 2 over here, one on the top, one on the bottom. These are little screws. This has only got 1 on this side, okay, but whatever kind of camera you've got, they all work about the same. So you take out the screws that are in the body, and you put them into a pan, whatever else, so you don't lose them all over the place. And then what you do is you just pry it apart. And don't worry about breaking it. It's already broke. You can't break it much more than it already is, right? Just grab a hold of it anywhere you can and just pry that back off. And it's going to sound like you're breaking something, but you're not. See? Easy as that. That goes off on the side. Look at this. Here's your LCD right there. Okay? Now I'm looking through this camera lens and it's not really easy to see, but see how that kind of moves around back and forth and all that? I don't know if you can see it or not, but on top of here, this little connector right up on here, there's a little black bar. That's a locking bar. Okay? You take your fingernail and you pop that bar up. Very easy to do. Just get underneath there and just bam, pop it up. And then this just pulls out. It's a little ribbon connector is what they call them. You take that. Okay? Now, you're halfway done. In this case, you're a quarter of the way done. All right? Now I'm going to take the other camera. I've already pulled the screws out of this one like I showed you before. And you find somewhere to pry it, wherever you can. Whoa! Remember, take out the power source. That's the reason why. Okay. And just grab it wherever you can and just pull. This one's being a little bit stubborn. This has never been opened up before. This is the first time for this. There we go. And like I said, it's going to make noises like it's crackling and popping and all that. Don't worry about breaking it. Make sure you get all your little screws out, which I do. And just move it around. There we go. And it just pops out. So your little tabs are all there. Nothing's broken off. That's your battery door, SD card. You can leave it in here really. This is the bad one, remember? Okay. Lift up. And it just pulls out. That's the bad one. Oops, this is the same as getting the new one from the store Or what I do, okay, is I get like old cameras like this. What you do is you just put that in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get it up a little bit closer. And you just find it where it goes in there, and it's going to find its own spot. And just feed it in. I'm doing this through a camera lens, so it's not that easy. There we go. Just push it in there until it seats itself. See, and you get a new one, and the new one's not going to be all bent or creased or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be nice and straight, nice and easy to do. And you just keep on fiddling with it until you get it in there. And then the little black bar you had again, okay, you use your thumb and you push it over, and it has to click in there. It has to lock, because if it's not all the way down, believe me, it's not going to work. All right. Normally, okay, what you would do is you would test this to see if it's going to work or not. Okay, now I already know it's going to work. So let's see how sure of myself I really am. See how that kind of pops up and down like that? That's all right. That's all right. That's not a problem. Now you're going to take your camera backing plate you have again before and make sure you have it the right way. And look on the inside, make sure that everything is nice and seated in there. And just kind of line it up. You can push that down with your finger and just push it until everything clicks into place. Ah. Click, click, click. That one's not quite clicked. Something's not clicking. Ah, that's what I wanted to hear. See, that's all right. It's going to hold. That's going to hold itself down there when you use the screw. All right. All right. That's done. You're almost done. Now remember, you had your screws. I'll show you all my screws that are in here. Okay. It's my little jeweler screwdriver thing that I use. My only tool that I use. And I'm looking through that lens again. Here's all the screws. Okay. We'll put all the screws in. Okay. Now I'm going to put them in here. It'll be pretty quick to do. I'll show you how to do it. And you put your last screw in. Just put it on there. Get it in there and just tighten that puppy down. There you go. Okay, my screws are in. Okay. Now, the moment of truth. Let's put our battery pack back in this puppy. There we go. And let's put the SD card back in it again. Just put it in there so you're not going to lose it. All right, let's see how sure of myself I really am. You ready? Okay. There we go. And those dead spots that were on the side now, they're all taken care of. They're all done. All right. And that, my friends, is how you would change out the LCD screen of a digital camera. Looks a little bit frightening, but you see how easy it is to do? Really, really, really easy. Some models, okay, are a little bit more difficult to do. You have to take apart more to get to it. This backing plate right here, on some cameras, you have to take it out because the little ribbon connector, sometimes it kind of goes underneath here. So you have to take this out, which is easy to do because see, you got screw here and a couple more screws on it here and there. That screw right there, and there's a couple little latches right there you got to disconnect, but they're really easy. And just take out the screw, that thing lifts off, and it's the same thing. There's a little ribbon connector right there with your thumb. Just pop it up. See, there's one right over here. See? That's for the actual lens assembly. And to change out the lens, you take off this, and there's some screws that hold the lens, and that just pops out. Put a new lens in there, and you're ready to go. So it's pretty easy to do. I happen to like Samsung because, as you see, they're relatively easy to do. You get into the more high-end, more expensive cameras, well, they get more difficult because there's more stuff in them. This one here, okay, I like it. It's 12 megapixel. It's 5x optical zoom, 5x digital zoom, so you get 25 zoom x power. And you can also, this one can focus in at about 5 millimeters away. It's for macro. Nice clear pictures. But anyway, that, my friends, is how you change out the LCD screen on a digital camera. Easy to do. All right? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Crew Dog, out.